afternoon, sort of a fill-in. I gotta get my cucumbers started. These are the last seeds of my early plantings. So tomatoes, peppers, eggplant. What else did I start? A lot of different peppers, eggplant, tomatoes, I said already. Broccoli. Trying to think what else. Dill and sweet basil. Those are basically just I got a nice sized garden, but it's not huge. But I'm trying to grow as much as I can. Here are my guys so far. So this is the dill and the sweet basil. Got it under the lights, but they're starting to get their second leaves. And actually, I like the way they look. They're a little lanky, but I can deal with that. I can bury them a little deeper, and things will look good. On the pepper sides, they're actually looking better. I like the height. These a little lanky, but they sprout a little early, and they're on the edge. I gotta get some water in there. But I'm happy so far with these that are starting. Eggplant looks great. If I can keep them going, I mean, there's a lot that can happen. I just went out and got a little humidifier because I didn't have a humidifier in the new room yet, and that made a big difference. So right now, like, I got about 62 humidity, which the plants will like. These are more peppers, snowball, cauliflower. Oh, the cauliflower started. Cool. Yeah, I guess I planted a little cauliflower too. I don't have a full list of everything I did. And those are more aromas, which stretched a little bit, but I think they'll be okay. That one, I don't know why that one didn't. I don't know if I planted anything in there. Oh, it's a sweet pepper, so that I got things. Came up with ways to raise it up so that they're real tight to light. But I got a light I gotta put up. I gotta find time. I'm trying to get stuff done. I gotta get this light up, and that I'll stop that. I probably won't stop that until I transplant them, but that's the next thing. I got 8 more lights coming. I gotta get up, especially before I start transplanting things and spreading them out. And I still got stuff growing. These guys, that's my broccoli. They're starting. They're coming. You know, hopefully for years I tried doing stuff, and I was traveling for work. But even now that I'm home, at least for the time being, I got so much going on with the new house that I'm not putting as much attention to it as I could. But now to finish for today, I got some cucumbers. Putting some cucumbers in. Those are, what were those? Those were straight 8. So just a normal cucumber. And then I'm gonna plant national pickling, because I got a grandson that loves my pickles, which is very impressive. It's just a basic refrigerator pickle, but they come out okay. It'd be nice if I sort of used the same recipe every year, but I sort of wing it. Yeah. We can talk about that some other time. But, so I'm just going to let this go for a little bit while I at least plant these next couple. Maybe I'll have a little conversation with you. But we'll put it down there. So, late March. What did I wake up to today? I woke up to, what do they call it? Grobble, or whatever, where it's sort of like an ice-snow mix. Last week was beautiful. The weather was in the 50s, but then we got a windstorm yesterday out of the south. I actually lost my shed that I have packages delivered on. I'm calling it the Dorothy Building now. Hopefully I can get it put back together the way it's supposed to. and get it back out there, because I have a driveway that is not Amazon delivery friendly. So I got to get that in. I am no production farm here. It's just a big plot. I do have a nice size lot. I'm gonna grow a few things. I'll be sharing a lot with friends and family. I have no desire to go to market. If my grandchildren would like to go and sell stuff at the market, I probably could get coaxed into it and just give them the money. I probably should do too. Yeah. But we'll see. I'm not doubling up the seeds on these if they don't. Each one doesn't come up. I'm trying not to have to divide too much. Straight 8. Where's my other? I know I got more pickling. I know I have more pickling here. There. But we'll see. I got a whole list. So that's my seeding schedule, but I got a whole list of stuff that I'm trying to grow that I still got to start. Let's see. So I started all my early stuff, but zucchini and yellow squash, that'll come later. I don't have to plant that right away. I'm trying to think. I don't even know when. I gotta find out. Probably gotta start pretty soon, within the next couple. No, early April, because those aren't gonna take long. They grow pretty quick. Inside for transplanting. So these are the earliest stuff. It's still March. I'm not gonna. I gotta figure out. My grow room is not going to support all the plants once I start dividing them. So by middle of April, I'll probably have to somehow get plants outside. And right now in my head, I'm just thinking I'm going to get a short. Oh, I got a roll of plastic, so now I just gotta get some hoops and build some type of overnight hoop house outside. I may even put it in the driveway and run an electric cord outside and put a heater in it. That should be enough for what I'm gonna need at that point, as long as they're getting the daylight during the day. By that point, it should be good. But first year of the garden at the farm, at farm. So we'll see. Now I know a lot of people just put a little soil on top. I'm just going to use a little screwdriver here and just gently poke it down. I may get yelled at and say, "Oh no, you should just cover it with soil." I know people do that with a lot of the small seed. I think the big seed, you gotta get down a little bit. It probably would help if I looked it up a little bit, but I have grown them in the past, mainly on trial and error. And if a lot of this makes sense to people that know me at all. I wouldn't say I don't have ADHD. That could be a conversation for later. So I have a tendency to bounce around a little bit. But for now, I'm doing it this way because I think it'll work. We'll find out very soon. They usually don't take too long. They'll only take 5 or 6 days before they sprout. If it's straight 8, I just gotta make sure I don't forget the label. 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 Isn't that the way the ad went? No, one of those. I couldn't imagine doing this all day. one of my YouTube guys that I watch. They are a real farm. They're in northern Pennsylvania. One of these days I gotta go see them. They do a great job of their website or of their videos. I won't say the son of the current father in the videos does all the taping, and he does a great job. Fantastic intro. I have nothing, I'd love to have an intro like that, but it's got to take a lot of time. Oh my God, I don't know how he does it. They are the Veggie Boys. Very, just fantastic. It's farming. If you like farming, it's great. But just if you have any appreciation for video content and how to set up the intros, just fantastic. I won't give it away. You can look them up. Veggie Boys. Great YouTube site. I enjoy the way they put their videos together a lot. I enjoy the family unit that they got. I didn't grow up on a family, but my father did, so there was always farming, the hint of farming around the house a lot. We always had vegetable gardens. Dad did have a farm market for many years. Not as long as we hoped. He didn't really get to the point where his sons were old enough to help him. If he could have survived, not alive, but the business could have survived till then. But there was many things that got in his way. One was that he came back from being at war when he during World War II, and I don't think that helped him at all. He was all over the place. He started though. He was at Pearl Harbor when it happened, which is pretty crazy. Needless to say, he had a little shell shock. So it probably stopped him for being the best he could be sometimes when it came to achieving what he wanted to achieve. But he tried. So my early years, I grew up in a farm market. So it was in a barn. I hung out in the barn a lot. A little oil heater in the back of the store where we sat. Still freezing most of the time in the winter. But at a pretty early age, Dad had me on one of his big tractors, and it was just at 8, I think I was around 8 years old, he just let me go around in circles. And it was an old crank though. It was a big tractor for cultivating, but he had to crank it by hand. And I remember being on the tractor and he'd go to crank it and it would kick back. I have never had an appreciation for what that had to do to his arm until I had the wood splitter out in the garage, and that thing has a tendency to kick on me. And oh man, I swear it was going to rip my fingers off a couple times. It just ripped the pull cord right out of my fingers. So I appreciate what Dad put up to give me a little enjoyment of driving his tractor around. Alright, National Pickling. Alright, I'm just finishing up my labeling and pretty much done for today. So Talk to you soon. Later.